The most tragic thing that could ever happen to an individual in life is existing and never knowing why. Does your life seem devoid of meaning? Do you continually see visions of a better life, but you're unclear about the initial steps that you should be taking in order to attain it? Well, I think this video might be for you. Purpose is a pretty hot topic nowadays, as you can see, from social media to books to authors to speakers to coaches worldwide. This is the number one topic that plagues mankind and may plague it forever as long as we never establish a clear understanding of what purpose is and what it means to us. So I like the aspect of purpose because I've developed a definition of it that's helped me out tremendously. It's radically transformed my life, and I live by it and I go by it every single day, not just for my own personal life mission, but behind my why for everything that I do. It's everything to me. But I define purpose as an original intention for the thing that I'm doing. If you think about the definition, I'm not saying anything that Webster's not saying about it, right? Purpose, it's the meaning, it's the literal definition of why you do something the way you do it. And it's the why behind why you do it. We've been led by a lot of different people in our lives all the way up until this point as adults. And I think that one thing that no one can ever truly teach us is the reason for why we exist. That's because each and every one of us have only been here once. We can get into different religions and topics of conversation about people, reincarnation and living here beforehand and having insight and knowledge. I definitely will not talk down on anybody's belief systems or how or why they believe what they believe. My personal belief is that this is our first time, and I believe if we knew we were here, we would have some kind of memory of the past to some degree. Some people would say purpose is a thing that you find, when I believe purpose is what you create. It's a original intention. It's a mission. It's a story that you paint every day with your actions. It's the reason that you give yourself every day that you push forward for something better. Purpose isn't something you find. It's a clear mission you assign yourself to help the older version of you. It's an original intention for your big why, a commitment to raising the collective consciousness of the world and your contribution to making humanity better. You're finding it difficult to find your purpose because you are under the assumption or false belief that it will somehow find you. This is naive and irresponsible. I used to believe very heavily that the purpose that we have in life is something that you somehow stumble across. It's just something that's buried deep in the dirt. You get your life shovel out and you just keep digging and digging and digging. And one day you just strike gold. You just somehow come across it. But this isn't so. And I believe if that was the case, just through merely existing, if that's all it took, most people would have a sense of self-awareness. They would have a better understanding of who they were, who they are, clarity behind every action that they take, and there would be clear understanding of where they were going and how they planned on getting there. But I believe you've lived long enough to tell that most people don't understand what their purpose is or why they even exist in the first place. That's because purpose isn't something you find. Purpose is something that you create for yourself. You assign yourself a mission. You have a belief system in a better life. There is a destination that you plan on getting to. There's things that you want. There's people you plan on helping or people that you like to help. It becomes indicative on our end to find out just how we can create this purpose, how we can help specific people, and how we can change the world, and figure out how we can create lasting impact in the world that we live in. Create a life of purpose. Choose work that aligns with your passions and watch your life transform. Prioritize self-care, watch your focus, and creativity soar. Let your dedication to your goals shape your daily habits for success. Each of us have a difficult story to tell. Each of us have been through a lot. Life has had its way with all of us as human beings. But who's to say that your problems, what you're facing now or may even face in the future, has to dictate who you become and the impact that you can create in the world that we live in today? I believe that the world we live in is simply a web, a collective consciousness of human beings with many different experiences. We're all one giant microcosm of the one true creator who indwells every human being. We're all creators. We create reality every moment of every day, whether it's reality that we love or reality that we hate, is contingently upon what we do. Transmute your pain into power, self-pity into purpose, and lack into abundance. Create a new mind capable of withstanding any challenge presented. Easy never creates a champion. A willingness to move forward despite overwhelming odds does. You are the architect of your life and mind. Erase the identity of the victim and embrace the author within. Keep writing your story and tell everyone how you conquered. Break the matrix. We all know Neo, the famous guy who laid on his back, dodged a couple bullets from Agent Smith. The story and the plot of that movie is absolutely epic and always will be. And it's completely relevant still to this day. But not to dive into the matrix too heavy, if you just look at any story, any individual in any movie, you can see that there's a main theme, there's a foundational plot behind a main character who's seeking meaning, who's seeking a life of purpose. He wants to know why he exists. He's looking for a greater calling, a destination for his life and people to help. And unless this purpose is found, you will continually go around the mountain. Round and around she goes, 40 hours a week, doing what you hate, can't stand your day, can't stand your kids, can't stand your spouse, can't stand your friends, can't stand the life that you're living because you are continually living under a mask. You're living a life that you don't want. This is why it's so important every day on this mission and this journey to actively create your own purpose and do things that matter to you. Yes, you may be in a 40-hour work week. Yes, you may have created a life for yourself that you may not be in love with at the moment. But outside of that 9 to 5, outside of the job that you're working, outside of your family, outside of your relationships, you are 100% responsible for the purpose that you create in the life that you desire for yourself. You are the main hero in your story. Your life is a brand. You are the individual who can create this life. And if you're interested about personal branding, for all my entrepreneurs out here, I'll attach a video where I go in more depth about the life story of a person and how to create a brand story, for your brand and who you are, so people can better get to know who you are and what you do. But I'll link that somewhere up top, so you'll probably see it anyway. But before we go too deep, I wanted to list a couple of things that I found to be highly transformative in my own life and in my own mind in creating the purpose for myself that I absolutely enjoy and love to do. I'm finding myself in love with life because now I'm doing what I love. I'm doing the thing that brings me life, that brings me passion. It brings vitality. It births life into me every day. It's allowing me to be around my wife more. It's allowing me to love my kids more. It's allowing me to lead my own life because I remember being stuck in that lifestyle where I didn't understand where I was going, what I was doing, or how I was going to get to any specific destination in life. I was just floating. So I understand completely. I know what that feels like, and it sucks. It doesn't feel good at all. So here's a couple things that I have. One, proficiency. It's important to find what you're proficient in. You have to look and search in every area of your life and try to figure out what it is that you are actually proficient in so that you can leverage this as a tool to create income, to create a life for yourself, to create transformation in the life of others, so that you can build your purpose around this. What are you being told that you're good at often? What are you being told is a strong point in your life, a strong suit that people see that's just inherently within you? These are things that you can leverage, that you can build on so that you can create a life for yourself that you want. And even if you're not 100% proficient in it just yet, knowing what the exact skill is, knowing what the ability is, and building on top of that every chance you get will take you places that doing things that you don't desire to do will. Number 2 is listing all of your interests. This exercise alone really kind of cuts away at all the noise. It gets away all the fluff out of your life. When you start to write down what it is that you really like to do, the things that matter to you, hobbies, interests, curiosities, all those things, and you have those written down on paper, you can begin to sift through all the things that you don't want to do. Because the goal at this point is to simply get straight to the chase. If you don't want to live a life that you don't want, you have to figure out the things that you actually want to do to build on the life that you want. So it's cutting away everything that doesn't matter and laser focusing in on the things that actually do matter to you and that bring you life. Listing all of your interests, hobbies, and topics that you have genuine interest in will allow your mind to see the many avenues that can be explored. You can begin to envision a life of you doing something you genuinely love by simply writing them down. Consequently, by knowing what you want to do, this will begin to take your focus off of the things that you don't want to do. As simplistic as that sounds, that's actually how it goes. It's just you beginning to give your time and attention to more of the things that you actually want to do instead of the things that you don't. Where attention goes, energy flows. So every moment that you get, every chance, every opportunity you get to focus your time and attention on the things that will bring you life, you begin to limit your time to the things that actually don't. And what does this begin to do? It starts to breed creativity. It starts to create dots in your mind where you can begin to connect those and start to see different ways in which you can begin to operate on a higher level of doing things that you actually love to do. But in addition to doing what you love, right? Because it's not how you're going to just play the guitar or become a world-class speaker when you don't have any real way of promoting yourself. You don't know how to get in front of people. You don't know how you're going to see them or how they're even going to see you. It'll be nearly impossible for you to leverage a skill that no one knows about. So this is where you becoming the entrepreneur, right? The solopreneur who wants to create a better life for themselves by creating their own life, creating their own purpose, and generating their own profit, independent from the world system that we were born into, who tells you to get a job, work this job for the next 40 years. Hopefully you'll have some type of social security or 401k, but if you don't, oh well, that's just how life goes. And maybe one day you'll die in the presence of some good people who love you. Maybe. Yeah, that's not it. So we need to figure out a way to not only live a purpose-driven life by doing what we love, but monetizing this passion, monetizing this purpose so that we can, again, live independently from the system and generate our own means of profit. People don't like business and people don't like dealing with people who do business because salesmen just look sleazy. People believe that money is just evil and it's wrong to have and you shouldn't have it. But typically the people who believe money is evil are the ones who don't have it. And the scripture that the love of all money, right? We all know the word. The love of money is the root of all evil. Is just that. Did you pay attention to the verse? It's the love of all money. That means your passionate desire and the pursuit of getting it by all means is what makes it evil. But can't we say that about donuts? Can't we say that about sugar? Can't we say that about Netflix? Can't we say that about video games? Can you name anything that you're willing to kill, rob, and destroy for as being a thing as the root of all evil? I digress though. If you're going to live a life that really means something to you, you need to be able to market it and not just make it valuable to you, but to others around you and to the world at scale. Just because you love it doesn't mean you will get paid to do it. Unless you are able to prove its value to the marketplace through learning the necessary skill set, you will continue to be a starving artist. You need skills such as marketing, branding, sales, psychology, and persuasion. These skills are absolutely essential if you're going to live and begin to monetize your purpose, because each and every one is an essential layer to making the next person understand why this thing is important to you and just why they should buy this skill, this ability, this transformation that you can bring others through your purpose, right? They need to know why it matters to them. This is why having a personal brand as an entrepreneur should be a commandment. You have to understand what this means to you and what it means to your purpose and why you even do what you do in the first place. Whatever matters to you, why you do what you do in the first place, it has to matter to the next person that you want to help. And this is where having a brand, this is where promoting what you do and why you do it matters to people. I talked about this in a couple videos ago. You are the brand, and it just goes over what a brand really means, how to create one, and how to implement that into your business. I'll attach a link in the description to that, so you'll probably see that somewhere up there. But it's important to know what this means because every day you are a living brand. What you say, how you talk, your message, your interests, your hobbies, everything you do comes down to you as a personal brand. Whether you want to create a business out of it is completely up to you, but your life is a representation of your beliefs. Some people choose to monetize their belief systems and the transformation that they can help others with through their belief systems, and others just choose to sit on it, right? Most people choose to sit on it because they believe business is bad or it's evil, money's evil, whatever the case is, whatever their belief system is. But if you believe that what you're doing actually matters, if your beliefs matter to you, I think it would be extraordinarily beneficial to push your beliefs as long as it raises awareness, as long as it brings love, light, fulfillment. You know, if it brings a higher level of potential and consciousness and growth to another person, why would you not want to scale that? Why would you not want to reveal what's helped change you to other people? It doesn't matter if you're an artist. It doesn't matter if you're a coach, speaker, writer. Having specific skills are important, but they won't matter to anyone until you learn how to monetize. And you'll only be able to monetize them when you learn the necessary skill stack to promote them. So I think I may have lost track of the numbers. I'll break it down in numerical order. 1, look for proficiency in all areas of life. 2, list all of your interests, hobbies, and curiosities, the things that matter to you, the things that will lead you down a rabbit hole of pursuing a greater life, to pursue a life of purpose and what matters to you. 3, you have to build a monetizable, communicatable skill, whether that's writing, again, right? Public speaking, coaching, anything in the creative space. And then 4, you have to make the thing that you do, the thing that gives life to you, the thing that breathes vitality into your life, you have to make it profitable. And you do that through marketing, sales, advertising, personal branding, right? Learning human psychology. Why should this be relatable to another person? And learning how to ethically persuade. That's more or less showing a person why they should buy what you do for their reasons and not your own. So there it is, folks. That's my spiel on purpose. Just having greater clarity and just living life intentionally, knowing why you do what you do, living for a higher calling, and consistently being in a growth state of mind. It leads you to the potential of you living a life of purpose, living a purpose-driven life. Life sucks and is not truly meaningful if you don't have a reason to wake up to do what you do every day. And I believe that we're all capable of achieving this life. I just think it comes through destroying the limiting beliefs that we were taught, as kids, as younger folks who believed that somehow the world was just our oyster and that we never needed to grow our minds, our bodies, and our souls to become more. So it's about time that in every area of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, that you take control and that you begin living a life that means something to you and not something to someone else because that's what they trained you to believe or do. I talk a lot about this in the course that I have nearly created, where you learn how to monetize your skills, find your purpose, learn how to pursue it, right? And make it monetizable so that you can create income on autopilot and then live life independently from the system that you were taught, right? That we were all taught and born into to just simply obey. There is a way to live life on your terms and do things that matter to you while still making money. The goal is to just create an income around doing things that you actually want to do instead of just accepting the funnel that we all came out of to just do things that you don't like to do just for the sake of survival. Like that's not it. So that course is nearly complete. I have the waiting list put up and posted in my description by the next video. So whoever wants to get in on that and learn how to build a life on your terms, again, through living a purpose-driven life by monetizing your own personal skills, your passions, skill sets, make money while you sleep. I'll have that in the next video in the description. But for now, folks and family, this has been a wonderful experience to create another video, to be with you all, to be able to bring some type of perspective to your current situation, your life in any kind of way. I hope it was fulfilling. And if it was, please feel free to click like and subscribe. No, I'm playing. But if it was of any value to you, go ahead, click like and subscribe. This helps promote my content and reach other purpose-driven folks like yourself who want to live life, create businesses with impact, meaning, and purpose, and ultimately become independent and be able to create their own realities. So I hope this video, again, was of any value to you. Feel free to click like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.